General Kaguta Museveni is soon closing Daily Monitor. We all know we are under dictatorship, and in my previous videos, I've always come out to show you characteristics of a dictator. One is stifling mainstream media, and to a larger extent, blocking social media. All dictators do that because one of the catalysts of overthrowing a dictatorship is information. And every time a dictator wants to subjugate the masses, he tries to control the media. And General Museveni has done that. When we are leading to a 2021 general election, they closed Facebook. And I think there are higher chances that they may close TikTok because it's now becoming a problem in the disseminating of information in Uganda. Today, the Minister of Information, Chris Baryomunsi, came out and threatened Daily Monitor, which is so unfortunate. Okay, and I think these threats cannot be taken for granted. So the purpose of this video, I've come to talk about how General Museveni is trying to silence the mainstream media, and he has been successful on some extent. What it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study materials we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sulama Wagali. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. First of all, Chris Baryomunsi, in a tweet, he came out to threaten Daily Monitor. He came out to say, today's headline by Monitor newspaper is unacceptable. Despite my counsel to their top management regarding yesterday's offensive headline, the paper continues to act with impunity. The media ought to be objective and should always observe minimum broadcasting standards. That is a tweet which was put out by the Minister of Information, Chris Baryomunsi, and went on to attach the picture of Daily Monitor, which says, "Goodbye rule of law, till we meet again." Okay? So, the statement which is made by the Minister of Information cannot be taken for granted. And I feel even jitters in my stomachs when Chris Baryomunsi is coming out to tweet these things. But that tweet means two things. One, General Museveni wants to control the media. The Minister of Information coming out to cancel the top management of Daily Monitor is sending a signal that they must only publish what is comfortable with the regime. Chris Baryomunsi, don't ever dare threaten the Fourth Estate, because truth be told, the Fourth Estate is, or the media is the only entity that was holding to account those rogue leaders. The parliament was subjugated. The executive are clowns. Okay? Okay? The legislature. Okay? MPs don't work. Do you know that the media has also come out to also unearth corruption tendencies, the exhibition, the work which must have ordinarily been done by the legislature, the media is doing. So what the Minister of Information is doing is to stripe the media so that we can be incapacitated. Okay, it cannot be taken lightly. The Minister of Information coming out to threaten the media. And even if they close the Monitor, it's not going to be the first time they are closing a media. They have ever closed CBS for almost how many years? Almost 6 years. They have ever closed Sapienza. They ever closed Pal FM the other day. Okay? They have ever closed this radio owned by Peter Sematimba. Okay? It's not the first time they are closing medias. One of the signs of dictatorship is stifling media. And thank God that we have social media where we can come and talk about these things. We can come and talk about these things and deliberate on them. It's the reason that's why even on social media, they come on social media and start jailing people for making statements and fictitious charges are put on them. So the Minister of Information coming out to say that unfortunate statements means, one, they are ready to close the Monitor. Or two, is trying to show his bosses that is working. Maybe probably General Museveni gave him a job and told them that you must rein in on the media. If you want to tell me that these people in Daily Monitor are not humans, you want to tell me that they are jerrycans, they don't know what's going on. The UPDF Act that was passed by Parliament is draconian. They are trying to try civilians. It is a backlash on our constitution. So you want to tell me that they are not people? These are the people who understand what is going on. Stop threatening the media. The same minister, before he was given that position, he was arrested when he was taking some of the body parts of Neva, and he cried to the media who came out to put his story so that people can fight for him. People are so forgetful. The media has ever helped Chris Baryomunsi when he was being taken by the regime. Then, I think it was the 9th Parliament, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? And now he's coming now to steal for the media that they should publish headlines, okay, that are comfortable with the regime. That cannot happen. And for me, to a more larger extent, they can steal for the mainstream media because one of the biggest employees is government. One of the biggest funders is government. Okay? And these mainstream media get a lot of revenue in terms of advertisement from the government. They can try and strive for Daily Monitor. Okay? That's why I keep on telling people that everyone who has a smartphone must act as a fourth estate. Because today, Daily Monitor can be closed, but they cannot close 48 million Ugandans. We shall still speak. If indeed Daily Monitor is doing bad, you would have gone to court and sued it. General MUSEVENI has ever sued Daily Monitor, and he was, I think, given 200 million shillings instead of threatening the top management. And unfortunately, many media owners, if they threaten the top management, they will come and reduce on the way how they put out news. I remember Galaxy used to put out a lot of truth. Now these days it no longer puts out a lot of truth. Maybe it was threatened, and many more mainstream media. Me personally, I was invited on Impact FM. By then, the show was hosted by Apple. Apple right now is working on Salt Media. Amid the show, Apple switched off the radio and told me to go because I was speaking a lot of truth. That is how far the government controls the media, which is not supposed to be the case. So shame on you, Chris Baryomunsi. Of course, that's my opinion. Make us by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is the first time on this YouTube channel, employ to subscribe, like and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. Kusaba chimuze mpala na bulungi. Ava mpala no bulungi. Nange benjagala obulungi.